Dzień dobry, witam Państwa serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku programu Liderzy Branży IT Reseller TV. Dzisiaj wyjątkowo będziemy mieli odcinek w języku angielskim, ponieważ nasz gość tym językiem się posługuje, chociaż polskim, jak się okazuje, odrobinkę też. A naszym gościem jest Papaphotis z firmy Microsoft.
Witam Państwa serdecznie.
Chris, could you tell us a little bit of your role in the Microsoft? Because your position's name was so long that I didn't want to, read it out loud. So what do you actually do at Microsoft?
Yes, hello Chris, thank you for having me here. My role, which is a long one, as you said, is Device Partner Solution and Sales. So what does it mean? I'm leading a partner organization that is responsible for devices or what we call the intelligent edge, and to build solutions that serve the needs of our customers across Central and Eastern Europe.
So what is exactly Device Partner Organization, and what kind of partners do you work with, and what type of products do you work with as well?
Sure. So devices is everything that starts from a microcontroller all the way up to big data centers and everything in between. It could be personal devices, it could be conferencing devices, everything that, as we say, connects to the cloud and is using services for consumers, small businesses, all the way up to the biggest businesses and government.
So the entire market, in fact.
So the entire market, exactly. In fact, in Microsoft, we have a vision of selling the cloud and the intelligent edge. If you will, we are the team responsible for the intelligent edge.
So how do you see the current situation on the market? Because during the pandemics, we were all about the growth, but is it still the same, or do we see some changes on the market right now?
Yeah, so indeed, during the pandemic, we saw within months that there were years of acceleration across many areas. We saw teleworking, we saw teleeducation, we saw many companies that they had to move online in order to ensure that they have a storefront and they continue to do business. We saw the ability for teams to be able to collaborate not only in their office but through a hybrid work. And it was a big boost, of course, for all IT services across the board. The reality now is we are coming off the pandemic, and there has been a slowdown that is also coinciding with other macroeconomic factors, of course, the inflation, the energy prices, and the war in Ukraine.
Yeah, so the elephant in the room here is a crisis situation a little bit right now. So how does that affect your business?
Yes, it's true that we currently see also the slowdown of the highest numbers that we have, of course, during the pandemic. But at the same time, we're very optimistic because we feel fundamentally that the needs that small businesses, consumer and big businesses alike have continue to be digital. They continue to transform themselves, digitally transform themselves. So while we see, if you will, a bump on the road and a slowdown now, this is not how the direction of our industry is actually going, but it's something temporary, and we feel that there is a lot of progress that we can continue having, especially in our area across Central and Eastern Europe. There is a lot of digitalization that needs to happen, a lot of services that need to be provided to citizens, to consumers, to end users. So we're very optimistic still, although you're right, there is a slowdown at this very time.
You've mentioned hybrid work, and it's a huge buzzword in the industry right now. It's something more than a buzzword, it's a trend. And what are the trends you can see currently on the market?
Yes, so pandemic forced us, in fact, to be able to work remotely. Now that slowly and steadily pandemic is receding in the back end, we see that things will not go back to what they used to be. So in the past, we used to expect that important meetings would have to happen, let's say, face-to-face. Now, after 2 years of training, if you will, or a big experiment for everybody, we realized actually a lot of work can still be done remotely. We think that there will be a blend. It will be people returning back to the office, people still having big events or meeting face-to-face, but at the same time, taking advantage of the opportunity to connect remotely if needed, either for personal reasons or for efficiency reasons. So we see that a lot of people will now demand to have a better experience. And in fact, there is a lot of need also to improve on the conferencing infrastructure that exists across the companies. The infrastructure you see before the pandemic was primarily for people that were connecting within the office, either to consume content or to connect with somebody else. But it was not supposed to be interactive. It was not supposed to not only show, but grab the information from the room. So we feel that there is a big area for improvement when it comes to conference rooms, both to make it more alive as well as make it more interactive.
But it's not only about conference rooms, right? Because it's also about some smaller areas to connect 1+1. And I guess that's also a part of a hybrid work future, right?
Yes, of course. Hybrid work means being able to work from anywhere at any time, which includes working from your mobile device, to make sure that you connect either asynchronously via email or via chat, or synchronously via teleconference or voice. So it enables to have access to more people at the same time. As an example, I have an event that I need to attend later on today, which is in fact amongst EMEA and United States. And while I'm in Poland meeting with partners, I will have the opportunity to step out, connect with that, and then continue on the regular business that I need to drive here. So this allows for scenarios that they were not possible before. And quite frankly, even culturally, we were not ready before. People expected more personal presence, and now it's more widely accepted. Of course, technology needs to catch up with the way that people need to be able to interact with each other. And we have even seen that metaverse, for example, will be an area that will start developing. I think there is a lot of area for improvement. Anybody that has used it currently, mostly for games, but also maybe for some limited business, they see the benefits, but also the limitations. But I feel that the future is bright.
Well, I'm very skeptical about the metaverse, to be honest, but as it goes to hybrid work, I guess Microsoft was one of the most important companies to make the world hybrid, right?
Yes, we had the, if you will, the foresight.
Because we all use Microsoft Teams, right?
Yes, no, and I would say that there is a lot of companies that they have the opportunity to capture, this huge trend. So Zoom was one of them.
Yeah, but Zoom is less popular, right?
Well, we had the foresight to actually invest in Teams and to tightly integrate it with Office 365. And this allowed for a secure way of connecting and also ensuring that you have access to all the important documents in a way that securely connects, but also provides a robust and rich environment. And that's why we have seen that Teams has been the fastest growing product in the history of Microsoft. And it's something that we believe it will continue this trend, especially with Windows 11 that includes Teams client. And we have seen it not only in the business, but also for personal and educational uses.
And how do you think that technology behind the hybrid work will change during the next year or two?
Well, it will become more intuitive. That means having the opportunity to walk into a conference room, automatically understand that the room should be sensing who's walking in, automatically sign you in, ensure that you have the proper access rights and you're not entering yourselves in somebody else's conference room. It will have devices that they will directionally be able to track the speech from different people. In fact, just last week we announced that we can have transcription, meaning that people can keep the notes in several languages, including languages across C, Polish, Czech, Greek, and so forth, which makes it so much more convenient after the meeting for people that attended to have the notes, for people that didn't have the opportunity to review. So I feel that technology will evolve in a way that will make itself less forward, if you will, and less in front of the people, and more receding in the background by being something natural that you expect to be there in a way that makes it very easy for your daily work.
Let's stick to the data center for a little bit, because Microsoft is still a really huge player in this area. But as I know, a lot of data centers are not really completely up to date, right?
Yes, it's true. Our data suggests at this stage, not only data centers, but also smaller installations of server, suggest that about 1/3 of the existing installed base is running on unsupported Windows version.
Really, that's not very best thing for cybersecurity.
Yeah, it's not. And in fact, on top of that, we also have next year the end of support of our version of Windows Server. So if you combine these two, I would strongly suggest our partners to explore the opportunities that arise from upgrading this. This will provide more robust solutions for their end customers, and also will give the opportunity to our partners, of course, to give integration services, to secure the infrastructure, but also to light up new scenarios with our customers. So all up, I would say there is a big opportunity in the server space, and I would urge the partners to have a look at it, and would be delighted to work with them together on this.
Great. Thank you for your time today and for accepting our invitation. Szanowni Państwo, widzimy się w kolejnym odcinku programu IT Reseller TV.